Hello guys, welcome back to Virtual Tech. In the last video, we have seen how to create a login page using Java, and in this video I'm going to show you how do we store the values of the login page into the database. Here I'll be using Mysql database. So let's see the steps. How do we create those and insert into the database? So let's get started. Open your Eclipse IDE, and here is the login page which we have created it in the previous video. And to connect it with the database, we probably need a class, right? We do it with a normal Java class. So let's create a class in the src of the package. So we have used a window project, and in the src we have com package, and right click on the project and let's create a normal Java class. Let the class name be DB, stands for database, and click on finish. So just it's created, and now we should be storing the values in the database, right? So probably we need to write some code. So let's write it. Public static connection. I'll just tell you what does these all mean. Get connection, and this method connection con is equal to null, and see, we are getting error here, right? This is the method, so we should close it, right? Yeah. And connection, right? What is this connection all about? This is a Java SQL. In this particular package we have this method. And what is this get connection? Must return statement. Yeah, return con. Yeah, done. And now we need to register the driver, right? So for registering the driver we use class, right? Class dot furname, class dot furname, it's here. And we need to provide this, right? Com dot mysql dot JDBC dot driver, and we have registered the driver, right? After registering this driver we need to create a connection object. So let's before this, just see the error. What this error throws declaration. Yes, this should be surrounded by a try and catch methods. I guess you know what they mean. So let's put under try and catch, and in the try method we should create a connection object, right? So connection, we have created the reference variable right here. Yes, this is the reference variable. And con dot driver manager dot get connection, it's here, right? And here you should be providing the URL pattern like JDBC. This is called URL pattern JDBC colon mysql colon slash localhost 33. This is my port number. While installing your MySQL, this will be the default port number, right? And we need, and this is tech. What is this? This is the database, name of the database. So here we are using MySQL database, right? We need to give the username and the password. While installing MySQL, I have given the username as root, and at the same time password is also root. So the password is root. This is dot driver manager dot get connection, and we'll see what it throws. An error, driver manager cannot be resolved, and here it's is equal to, and it's throwing an error, right? Throws surrounds with try and catch, surrounded by try method, try and catch, and it generates it generates an exception, right? So in the catch block, let's remove this class not found exception and let's just keep an exception, because exception means class not found exception comes and some other exceptions too comes. So let me remove this. So this is the catch and this is try, and we have removed this exception, and yes, this is the database. We have created a database called tech, and now we need to create one more class, just a normal class. Like, why? Because to store the values, to create a tables, to store the values, we need one more Java class. Yes, we can do this thing in the same Java class, but it looks like heavy code. So let's create other Java class and make it easier. Go to your package, right click and click create a normal Java class called let it be login DAO, and just click on finish. Finished right now. And after this we need to create table, right? So for that we need a create statement object, like statement st equal to con dot create statement. This is here, yes, create statement. And now it throws an error statement, probably this. Yes, we need to import this package, and after this we are now creating it, string s1. We storing that in s1 variable, string s1 equal to create table name. What's the table name? Like a login form, and give it as username varchar 20 and password. I guess you know what all this means, varchar 20. So yes, no error, right? And we need to execute this, right? st dot statement, like this is the reference variable we have created, statement dot execute update, statement dot execute update will be here. We'll type it execute update, and in that s1, because this is the we are storing it into this, right? So we need to execute this. So st dot execute update, and this, and we need to create one more table, right? So yes, this is this we have created this, right? Now what we'll be doing here is we'll be inserting the values into this, right? When we run that login form, like it should store the values, right? For that storing we are using this class, and starting with public static int method, we'll use a method called save. In that, string username comma string password. Yes, right. Now it's throwing an error, return statement. Yes, of course we need a return statement. And now I'll be using just a variable. I'll tell you what's the use of this. And after this we use try catch block, try and catch exception exception E. Yes, in the try block what we'll be doing is we'll connect this database class into this login DAO class. I'll show you how. Connection, the class name of the previous is DB, so connection con equal to DB dot get connection. See, this gives the connection of that login, that page. This gives the connection of the previous program to this, and it's showing an exception, probably MySQL exception, because we should import package, right? Yes. And after this connection we use prepared statement to retrieve the values. Prepared statement, let's take reference variable as PS. Prepared statement PS equal to con dot prepared statement. Yes, right. And here we go. Now we do insert we should insert values, right? For that we do this insert into login form. What do we insert? Username comma password and we should store values also, right? Values, and this, do not forget this should not be here, and take it out, and it should be here. Yes, this throws error because we haven't imported. Yes, it's gone. And now we should set this username should be first and password should be second, right? So we should set those, like it should be first and second. PS dot set string, we use set string for that, and their parameter index is 1, and what is its name? Let its name be name, and PS dot set string parameter index 2, and let it be password. Yes, it's password. It's throwing an exception. What is this? Change to username, yeah, and this is capital P. It's not a method, right? Password, yeah. And we should execute this also, right? Like, yes, I use the status variable here, and this is status equal to, we are storing these values into this statement variable, right? So statement equal to PS dot execute and now here comes the status variable. I'm using the status variable here. Like, why I'm using? Because I'm using the status variable here, and let's see why it is used. Status equal to PS dot execute update, and that's it. And we should close the connection also, right? Con dot close. cl conda plus, yes, and it's written 0, no need of cap exception in this. That's it guys. I'll just show you how we are interconnected these three. This is the login form, this is the database, and this is login DAO, and some more part is here. And in the login form we should add something more, and I'll show you what is that. And here when we click on the login, see, when we click on this login, some action should be performed, right? When we click on this login page should go to this database, and create these tables and retrieve the store the values in this, and should retrieve, right? So for that we need to create something called action listener. So this is the login button, right? Here we used a reference variable is this button, new button. Just copy it and click on this and paste it here, and we use action listener, right? Action listener, new action listener. Yes, action listener. We'll do it later on. And this is the method. This is the method, right? Let's scroll and keep it here. And now let's write some code here. Yes, error is gone. Probably we'll have some errors, and at the last we'll remove all those errors, don't worry, and just concentrate on the code. Now we need a method called action performed, because this action listener had a default method called action listener. So public void action performed action event e public. And now I'll be using a variable called int I. When we store when we type the values for the username and password, we should get those values into this database. Yes, right? So we use this string username. This name should be same as the name of the name which we have created in the database, username, and the password too. String username equal to text field 1, text field this, right? In the username, for the name we have created this, not this text field, yes, this. Copy this and text field dot get name, get text. We should get, when we type the values, we should get those values into this username. So we are using this method, get text. Yes, same for the password too. String password equal to text field 1, text field 1 dot get text. Yes, right? And now I'll be using this variable I. When this I equal to login DAO dot save username and password. You got it right. This will take you to the login DAO. It will check for username and password, and those will be in a variable called I. If any of these two are not entered, this will not. If any of these two values is not entered, then we will not get a message called successful. If these two values are entered, that means these two values are filled. Like I'll show you. Wait, if I greater than 0, suppose if those two columns are occupied and filled, then we just print a message. For printing a message we use JOption pane, right? JOption pane dot show message dialog. SSVAG. And yes, message dialog. Here we should type login database. When this I is greater than 0, we should show a message that it's successful, and for that we use login db and this keyword. Hope you know all these, and we should print a message called successful. Like when we create that login, when we click on that login button, it will just show us a message called successful. And yes, after this, let's not look this as complicated. Small errors, right? We'll see. So this is text field 1, it is capital letter, and now we have this, right? So let's not make it complicated. We can remove all these. And just copy this, and we'll come to the bottom and we'll paste it here. Yes, and here we'll be creating it new login db. It's not login db, right? Our class name is login form, so login form, and here too login form. Yes. And why this jpane error? We'll just type it once again. I guess some mistake in that. JOption pane dot show message dialog, and here it is login form dot this keyword followed by successful, right? Successful. Yes, and it's correct. And before we got error here, right? It's because of this arrow mark. Yes, we are getting error message here, right? Show message dialog. Because we haven't extended here, right? We should extend JFrame. Extend extends JFrame, and yes, error is gone here. And after this, see on one more error, it's here. So scroll to the bottom and just remove this. This might be, so just remove this and just save and just check now. Yes, this is gone. There's no error here, right? And now let's remove this empty space. Let's make the code as easy to look easy. And this is not the name. because we have given it as username, right? In this this database and this login we have given username, right? So let it be this as username, and this is password, text field, login. Yes, now just save this, and we should add this as visible. So frame dot visible, frame dot set visible, let this be true. So when we add this frame will be visible. Save this and just run. Yes, and a small correction here, open your design part, it's passing, take some times, and in the design part you just drag this so that your username will be visible. Come to the source, save this, and just and now open your MySQL, and now no error is here, right? So now we need to add external jars, right, for connecting to the database. So go to your package and click on build path, and we should configure build path, right? In that, go to libraries and class path. Here add external jars as this MySQL connector. If you doesn't have this MySQL connector, watch my video on steps to create a Java database connectivity. Watch that video and install this MySQL connector. So click on open and apply and close, and yes, after it's done, your login page, your database and login. So in the database we need mysql.cj.jdbc.driver, and go to your login form, save your database, and now let's just check the code here, and everything is fine, and this database it's okay, CJ, and it's technology, and it's fine, and return con, and I will go to login database, insert into login form, username and password, and here and it's status, right? It should return the status, and then save it. Now let this technology be as Java, and now open your SQL, MySQL command prompt, the password is root, and create database Java, use Java, and show tables, right? There should not be any table. Yes, there is no table here, and now just run this login form and just check. Now run. Yes, username is, let's give as virtual, and password is tech, and now login. Yes, successful, login is successful, and click on OK. And now check your SQL, click on show tables. Yes, login form is there. Before it's empty set, and now it's login form. Just check the values in the login form. Select login, select star from login form. Select from login form. Now check the values here. Yes, username is virtual and password is tech. That's it guys. Hope you enjoyed this video along with Mysql, storing the values of this interface into this. That's it guys. Thank you for watching.